Hey there, patrons. Today I'm going to be showing you how to approach color aware. Now, this is not going to be a comprehensive tutorial because, to be honest, that's just going to have to come over time. But I want to teach you the basics of how you can get something like this pretty easily from Hueforge. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, in order to really be able to utilize color aware, you're going to need some sort of photo editing app. I'm using Photoshop. And the way to think about this is there's different elements in your picture, like hair, skin, clothes, background. Try to keep it as little as possible. To be honest, the more you add, the more complex it gets. But if you keep it in the realm of 3, we're going to put the hair and the skin together. Then we have the clothes, and we're going to put the clothes and the background together. And then we have the lips. Now, it may seem like a small thing to put the lips in its own category, but it's really important to get those red lips to pop on the girl. Otherwise, it's not going to have the same punch. So we actually have 3 elements to this: the hair and the skin, the clothes in the background, and then the lips. And the reason why it's important to think about that, because if you look at Hueforge, when you go to color aware, you have 3 elements: red, green, blue. And that is how color aware works. It categorizes all the pixels in the image into the either blue channel, red channel, or the green channel. These channels, it's a little bit confusing because they don't have to be green. Like, green doesn't have to be green and red doesn't have to be red. In fact, let me prove it to you. How I actually accomplished these Hueforges was this right here, this She-Hulk looking mess. Because it doesn't matter what the colors are, it really all comes down to luminance and saturation when you're talking about color aware. It's just, you're telling Hueforge where to put those elements. So if you see, the green channel is the hair and the skin. The blue channel is the clothes in the background, and the red channel is the lips. So think of it more like the blue bin, the green bin, and the red bin. I put the skin and the hair in the green bin. I put the clothes in the background in the blue bin, and I put the lips in the red bin. And so in those bins, I then just assign, by using different color filaments, what colors I want them to be. So you got blue eyes, blue shirt, and a blue background in the blue channel. If you change that color, like to red per se, it's going to change that background only, because we have those elements, the eyes, the clothes, the background, in the blue bin, right? So think about it like that. And in the blue bin, it just so happens that I am also using blue color. In the red bin, we have the red lips right here. So if I change the color of the lips in the red bin, it's going to change the color right there as well. We want a little bit of a more poppy red, so we're going to use lava red, and look what that does. Really pops those lips out really nicely. Now, in the green bin, we have the skin tones. So we have a red and a yellow. The bamboo red and yellow is really great for getting fantastic skin tones. I really like it a lot. That's all you need. Just red and yellow makes really great skin tones. And of course, it is forcing me to let them have kind of brownish hair. There's going to be limitations. The more colors you add, the more complicated it gets. But this looks really nice. Well, guys, I hope that helped. As far as actually accomplishing the photo editing part of getting those elements into the bins for Hueforge will be the next tutorial. I'll show you how to do this in Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop, that's great. If not, then it's pretty much the same for everything. It's really basic photo editing. It is a bit meticulous, but it shouldn't be too hard, just adding a mask or whatever. But anyways, my patrons, this is Petronius Pixel, and I'll catch you next time.